Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel Gems of Knowledge. So today I'm here with another video on the tropism and the hormones related video. Okay, so this contains of 3 marks. Either they will ask you any example, either the meaning or any function related to your hormones. Okay, so basically according to the model papers and previous papers, I saw it contains 3 marks. Okay, few questions will be asked regarding this. So in my upcoming videos I'll share you the questions which are in the previous model paper also. Okay, so before that, let us know what is tropism, what is its meaning, example, and later on we'll go to the hormones and their functions. Okay, so first, tropism. So let us know what tropism is. Tropism is nothing but a growth towards or away from a stimulus. Okay, tropism is nothing but a growth towards or away from the stimulus. Anything which is growing or growing away, growing towards or growing away from some stimulus, that is called as tropism. So there are 5 types of tropism as you can see here. Okay, so the first one is phototropism. So what is phototropism actually? Photo, photo, here photo related to light. In science, photo is nothing but light. Okay, so directional growth in the response to light. When the light falls on any of the plant tries to move towards the light. Okay, so that is the directional growth of that particular plant in the light, in response to that light. Okay, so example, bending of a shoot towards the light. So the shoot of any plant, shoot in the sense upper body of the plant, which is away from the root. Root is the below part of the plant which is under soil. Okay, so shoot is the upper part which is above the root. So that part is trying to bend towards the light, that is phototropism. Second one is thigmotropism. So this thigmotropism is directional growth in response to touch or in contact with some solid object. So when you touch the plant, there is some response in the plant. Okay, so that type of response is called as thigmotropism. Or if you touch the plant, like any object is touching the plant, then that plant tries to cover that particular object by circling around it. Okay, so example, you can see coiling of tendrils. You may have noticed the tendrils coil when you get any stem of the other plant or any branch of the other plant, or you may place a stick to it so that it can firmly stand. Okay, so that coiling of tendril is nothing but due to phototropism. And also the closing of uh, touch me not plant. I hope you all have observed the touch me not plant and you try to step on it or you try to touch it sometimes. So at that time what happens is the leaves of that touch me not plant, as soon as they touch your body parts, so it is going to close its leaf. Okay, so that is also the part of thigmotropism. Next comes geotropism. So geotropism is nothing but the directional growth in response to gravity, to the earth's gravity. Whenever there is response, whenever there is growth towards the gravitational part, that is called as geo in the sense earth. Okay, tropism to the earth, tropism to the gravity. So root shows positive geotropism because it is moving deep inside the earth, roots. Okay, and the shoot, the upper part, it is negative geotropism because it is moving in the opposite direction. Next is hydrotropism. So hydro in the sense water. So directional growth in response to water is nothing but hydrotropism. So growth of root towards water. We know that whenever the roots are buried deep into the soil, they move deep and deep inside the earth in search of water. We know there is an underground water. Okay, so in that whenever the root grows inside the earth, okay, inside the earth in search of water level, so that is nothing but called as hydrotropism. The last one is chemotropism. So this is directional growth in response to chemo in the sense chemicals, in response to chemicals. So the growth of root towards the nutrients, so that is also the root is growing deep into the earth where it gets maximum amount of nutrients to grow. and also the growth of pollen tube towards the ovary. When the pollen tube, when the pollen grains are fallen on the stigma of the plant, okay, so it grows inside the pollen tube, grows inside the stigma, so that it reach till the ovary. Okay, so that is also an example of chemotropism. So I hope this is cleared. Okay, next we will move on to the hormones. Okay, so here next we are going to study about the plant hormones and their functions. So here also there are four types of plant hormones, their functions, and what we should note in that following thing. Okay, so first one plant hormone is auxin, gibberellin, cytokinin, and abscisic acid. So hormones are those chemical substance which occurs which helps in occurring some chemical reactions into their bodies. Okay, so these are the four types of hormones which regulate some of the functions into the plant bodies. So first one is auxin, very important, it helps the cell to grow longer. So it is helping in the growth of the plant. Okay, growth of the cell to grow into the longer plant. So what does this here, what happens is it increases the growth of the plant overall. Okay, second one is gibberellin. What it does, it helps in the growth of stem of the plant. So whatever the stem of the plant is, it helps in the growing of that stem. Here also it increases the growth. Third one is cytokinins, it helps in cell division. So we know that we have heard about the cell divisions, there is cell dividing so that a number of tissues can be formed. Okay, so after division of the cell only we can see the tissues can be formed into the later stages. So that also increases the growth. This is especially in case of fruits and seeds. We have to remember this is auxin in the growth of cell, gibberellin in the growth of stem, cytokinin in fruits and seeds, and the last one is abscisic acid with which inhibits growth. Inhibits means which slows down the growth. Okay, slows down the growth. So example here they have given wilting of leaves. So what here we have to note is slow down the growth. So this is one of the hormone, abscisic acid, which can slow down the growth into the plant. Okay, so these are plant hormones and their functions. Next we will go to the endocrine glands. Okay, so these are the endocrine glands which are present into the human body. Okay, the hormones which are related to that glands, whatever the glands are present into our body, it secretes this type of hormone into our body. Okay, so that this hormone perform a specific function into our body. So let us see that. First one is pituitary gland, okay, which is present in the brain part. So what it does, it produces the growth hormone. Okay, growth hormone, by the name itself it suggests it helps in the growth. So what is the function? It controls the growth. So controls the growth in the sense deficiency of this hormone, if this hormone is less in content, then we can have the disease called as dwarfism. Okay, where the person will be in the short heighted only. So that particular symptom is of dwarfism. Okay, and over secretion of this hormone also leads to gigantism, where the person's height can be grown into a very longer manner. Okay, so that is controls the growth, that is growth hormone which is secreted by pituitary gland. Second one is thyroid gland, which is almost present into your neck part. Okay, it releases the thyroxine hormone and it regulates carbohydrates, protein, metabolism, and deficiency of this leads to a disease called as goiter. Goiter in the sense it swallows our neck. Okay, and that will be the condition. So it has to regulate all the carbohydrate, proteins, and vitamins which is going through our food into the body. Okay, third one is adrenal gland. So the hormone it is producing is adrenaline, and its function is to increase heartbeat, blood pressure, breathing rate to face the situation. So you might have seen whenever there is something which can make you fear, any situation where you are feared, okay, where you are scared of. So at that time you may touch your heart, and you can see, you can feel that your heartbeat is increasing. Okay, sometimes there is fluctuation in your blood pressure also. So that condition is due to the adrenaline hormone, which is secreted by adrenal gland. Okay, next is pancreas. So uh, pancreas secrete a hormone called as insulin. What it does is it's regulate the blood sugar level. So rising and lessen amount of the blood sugar is due to this insulin. If this is less into our body, the deficiency leads to a disease called as diabetes. Okay, you can see onto the going situation, we get a lot of diabetic patients. Okay, so that is because of the less hormone of insulin, less secretion of the insulin hormone. So the doctor advised them to take the insulin injections. Okay, so that externally that hormone is given to that particular person to regulate that blood sugar level. Okay, the fifth one is testis. Okay, this is male reproductive part, where the hormone secretion is called as testosterone, and it is associated with puberty in male. So what are the changes occurring into the young age boys? That is because of this testosterone hormone, it secretes at the young age only. Okay, that is in the male. The last one is ovary. Okay, ovary is the part of female reproductive system, and the hormone which is secreted by ovary is called as estrogen, and it is also related to the changes which is associated with puberty in females and the menstrual cycle. So whatever the changes occurs in the female at the young age, that is due to this hormone. Okay, so this is what today's video is about. So in my upcoming video, I may provide you the questions which are coming onto this topic, that is tropism, and also related to hormones and its functions. Okay, in my next video I'll make sure I'll give you some questions related to this part. Okay, so till then, don't forget to subscribe to my channel and also click on the bell button to get the notification as soon as I post my new video. So we'll be back with another video. So till then, stay tuned and stay connected. Thank you.